It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes.
I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia has reached a deal with party leaders to pass a number of Democratic agenda items through the reconciliation process. In a statement yesterday, Manchin wrote in part, "This bill will cut the inflation taxes Americans are paying, lower the cost of health insurance and prescription drugs, and ensure our country invests in the energy security and climate change solutions we need to remain a global superpower through innovation rather than elimination." He went on, "It is time to put away the partisan swords and advance legislation that is in the best interest of the future of this nation and the American people we all represent, not just one party." Let's bring in co-founder of Punchbowl News, Jake Sherman. He's been all over this story, also an MSNBC political contributor. So, Jake, I said at the top of the show, this surprised much of Washington. Were you surprised that this deal came to be between Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer? Joe Manchin had furious Democrats across Washington and the Congress by rejecting much of what he approved yesterday. How did this happen?
I was shocked. I was sitting in my desk in the Capitol, and I got this email, and I was like, "What is this?" The Manchin and Schumer kept this incredibly close to the vest, for which they deserve a lot of credit, a tremendous amount of credit. But Joe Manchin told us last week he was staying at the table, he was negotiating, and we didn't believe him because he says that all the time, and usually the deals fall apart. But Willie, this is huge. This is giving the opportunity to the Biden administration and to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats the opportunity to enact much of their agenda, climate change provisions, tax provisions, everything that they've been talking about for 2 years. And by the way, Schumer got a lot of flack for being too timid, and as did Manchin for that matter. And it's just a massive temporary victory for Democrats to even get a deal with Manchin on this. By the way, Manchin's in COVID quarantine. We talked to him this morning, or yesterday rather, for this morning's edition about what kind of came together, how this came together. And he said that Schumer came back to him and said, "Let's just do a deal. Let's scrub this thing, get rid of everything that you don't like, and let's put this through." So now this begins, Willie, a mad rush, to be honest with you, through August to get this through the House, through the Senate, and to the president's desk. And Republicans are going to say it's a tax increase during a soft economy. But and there is truth to that. It does increase taxes. It gets rid of the carried interest loophole that hedge funds and private equity folks have relied on for many years. It institutes a corporate minimum tax, and Republicans are going to say it's a tax increase during a soft economy. But and there is truth to that. It does increase taxes. It gets rid of the carried interest loophole that hedge funds and private equity folks have relied on for many years. It institutes a corporate minimum tax, but Democrats feel like on the other end, it raises revenue. It enacts a huge swath of their priorities. So they're quite happy this morning.
Yeah, I mean, it raises taxes, but as you said, it's a 15% corporate tax, a minimum corporate tax. And this has, lowering prescription drug costs, a lot of the wish list that the Biden administration has had for some time and progressives have had for many, many years.
It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes. It does increase taxes.
I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes. I mean, it raises taxes.